Hello everybody, I'm the king of the internet, you're my loyal subjects, and today I have way too early NFL 2018 season predictions, 4 months early, and I just want to say this, do not take these to Vegas. They're going to be wrong, they're going to be bad, they're going to be awful, you're going to lose a lot of money if you bet on these. Last year's Super Bowl's prediction, mine, Cowboys Raiders. You saw how well that one went. Anyways. Now, I'm going to show you my predictions. I'm going to do a week by week, really fast. So if you want to see which team I predicted to win which games, you can just pause at any week. It goes week 1 to week 2 to week 3 to week 4. So cue the royalty-free Christmas music. Jack, you can't sue me. You said yourself they were royalty free. So anyway, let's see what our friends in the AFC are up to. Let's see what I think will happen in the AFC as of May the 6th, 2018. So as you can see, amid the controversy, I have the Pats going 14-2. And being the 1 seed. I got Raiders at 2, Steelers at 5, Jags at 4, Broncos at 6, and Titans sneaking in at the wild card at 7. Now some things to briefly go upon. I think last year was a fluke. Every good team has off seasons after breaking through. Look at the 0-2 Patriots if you don't believe me. That was just a fluke season. I feel that Derek Carr and Amari Cooper can make things happen in Oakland for at least one more season. Then we got the Steelers at 3. Jags still up in the Jags being pretty good at the 4 seed. I think that last year was sort of like a coming of age year. This might be the year they fall off because every developing team has 1 year where they just fall off the map. This could be their year, but I don't think so. Then I got the Broncos and Titans at the wildcard spots. I was tempted to maybe put the Bengals or the Ravens in over the Broncos, but I think that Case Keenum still makes things happen. If he's half of what he was in last year's playoffs, excluding the NFC Championship game, then the Broncos should finally have their quarterback and make things work. Then I got the Titans as their developing team. Even though they sort of fell off a cliff at the end of last season, they still can make things work. They're gonna come up and make the playoffs again. Then when you look down the list, I got Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs, Dolphins, Texans, Bills, Chargers, Jets, Colts, Browns in that order. Sorry, Browns, you're still going 2-14. The only ones I gave you were over Cincinnati and Houston. So anyway, at 7, for Baltimore, the thing is, they are just underachieving. They're going through a huge load of controversy. It seems that nothing can go right in B-More. With the exception of Lamar Jackson, he's the real deal. Real deal. I don't see them going that far. I see them staying with the Bengals. The Chiefs, Pat Mahomes is still good, but remember, it's his rookie season, his first full season starting at quarterback. He's still on my good list, but, you gotta give him time. Then the Dolphins, Tannehill. This is Tannehill's probably last season, maybe? I don't know. I think that, if they can find a way to, if Tannehill can, really improve, then maybe they could get in the wildcard spot over the Titans or Broncos. But that's just not logical in my objective opinion. And the Texans, they got Deshaun Watson, sort of sneaking up there, to become one of the better quarterbacks in the league. This is his first full season starting, so of course you gotta have that. But still, the Texans, they play in a decently strong division now. So the Bills, I don't think Josh Allen can work it. Out of the big 5 quarterbacks, I had Darnold at 1, Baker at 2, Lamar Jackson at 3, Josh Allen at 4. And yes, that does mean that I have Josh Rosen as the worst quarterback out of the big 5. But Allen, I think that he's very raw, and they're going to put him in at the beginning. They could have him set under McCarron for a bit, which I think is a very good idea, because A.J. McCarron is amazing. He's the real deal. Then I got the Chargers, Jets, still. Sam Darnold has to develop. I think he's going to be really good, but he still has to develop. And then you got the Colts without Andrew Luck. With Andrew Luck, then they're in the playoffs. Maybe beating the Jags and Titans. I'm not certain. If this is without Andrew Luck, which is how it looks now. And at last, Cleveland. Sorry, Brownies. You're still in last, but you win 2 more games. So, our friends in the NFC, you aren't going to respect me once you see who's number 1 and what they're at. I'm old school, and by old school I mean 3 years ago, which isn't old school, I just feel old. You got Green Bay at 1, at 14-2. I can hardly believe it myself, but that's what I chose. I can hardly believe it myself. And then 2, we got the Eagles, 12-4. The Rams, sort of disappointing people due to the off-season low they got, but it's the toughest conference in one of the tougher divisions. And I got Atlanta, 10-6, which, I think that's a reasonable thing to say. They go 10-6 in a strong division. Then we got the Cowboys at 11-5 at the 5 seed. Last year, same as the Raiders, it was a fluke. I honestly do believe that it was a fluke. And then at the 6th seed, we have Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings. I like Kirk Cousins. I think he's a really good starting quarterback. And I think that in a stronger NFC North, they still make the playoffs. They still make the playoffs with Kirk Cousins. Because Kirk Cousins is one of the best. What people refuse to admit is that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I know I'm going to get lots of hate for that. But I stand by it. And I'll stand by it to the day I die, or till the day that he regresses. So, until the day that I die. But anyway, at 7, I got the Niners barely missing out. It was they have a good year, and an amazing year for them. But it's just too tough of a conference for them to find a way to sneak in. Then at 8, the Saints at 9-7, Seahawks at 9-7, Panthers at 9-7. All sort of fall in the same boat. They could have made it if they were in a worse conference. But they can't. I got the Lions finishing very mediocre. And I'd say that because Stafford is one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite player. And I'm a Steelers fan. That's how much I love Matt Stafford. He's my favorite player already. Then at 12, we got Tampa Bay. I'm not really high on them. Never been high on Famous Jameis. That's just the Mariota fan in me. Then we got the Redskins with Alex Smith at 6-10. I'm sorry, but Alex Smith, I don't understand how people think this. Alex Smith is worse than Kirk Cousins. Looking at you, Cowherd. They're just going to finish 6-10. Same with the Giants. I feel that that's nothing on them. That's just a tough schedule. They're young. I feel Saquon. Saquon's the real deal. But still, 6-10 in tough conference. Then 15, Chosen Rosen leads the Cardinals to 4-12. Still, same as Darnold. Don't hold me to that name. Leads them to 4-12. So they finish similarly, drawing even more comparison. But still, Darnold is leagues ahead of Josh Rosen. I think that Josh Rosen is the most likely to bust out of the draft class. Him and Josh Allen are the most likely to bust. I've just never been that high on Rosen. Football gods, please, please, please don't make Josh Rosen good. You're going to make me look like a fool. I know, by my luck, Josh Rosen is going to be a future Hall of Famer, one of the best quarterbacks the league has ever seen. But, what can I do? And at last place, see who's peeking out right there? See who's peeking out? The Chicago Bears. This is the hardest team to predict. Because we don't know what Trubisky is going to be. If I assume that's what's going to happen if he keeps last season's form. And they're in a tough conference. I'm not sure. Because all I've seen out of him is just mediocre to bad. And I'm not sure that, he can fully develop into one of the the next great Chicago Bear, like everybody's saying. I'm not sure about that. That's if he keeps up. He can, but I'm not entirely sure. So now let's move on to the playoffs. So now that we're in the playoffs, I got Denver winning in the wild card round against Jacksonville. Sorry, they're similar teams, but Denver's a better quarterback. Got Pittsburgh beating Tennessee. Playoff experience over, sort of experience, but still Steelers have more experience and generally the better team. Then I got the Cowboys beating Atlanta and LA beating Minnesota. Now, if you want to see the draft order, it's just right there at the bottom. I see I have Cleveland as the worst team, Bears, Jets, Indy, Arizona, and so on. If you want to see the draft order. The divisional rounds, Steelers, Raiders, Bronx, Pats, Eagles, Rams, Cowboys, Packers. Now this is the round which Steelers underachieve. So the Raiders win this one, and the Pats, I'm sorry, but it's always better for them. And they got then Rams, Eagles, V2, Electric Boogaloo. I see it going LA's way, and then Cowboys, Pack, all day, Pack attack. Now in Raiders, Patriots. Do you know how much it kills me to do this? It doesn't at all, because I got the Raiders winning. I really struggled, to justify that in my mind, just because New England is New England. And I'm not sure I can pick against them, but I honestly think that Oakland can really do this. Rams, Pack. This is the year that the Rams mature and move on. Now this is the best Super Bowl. Alright? No matter who wins, LA is going to burn, just as Rage Against the Machine and Dave Dameshek said. We got LA, Derek Carr, and an amazing defense against Oakland. This one's a toughie. But in the end, I gotta put my heart. The LA Rams or the Raiders. Because I honestly can't decide. I know that's a cop-out. Can't pick one. But in the end, I just have to. I can't justify not doing it in my heart. I don't know which one. I honestly can't say. I'm just gonna have the Rams penciled in for now. But this is honestly one that, but honestly, I've had this set ever since they revealed the schedule. Everything's been planned. I just can't decide in my mind. I've been working on it for the past half a month. And I still can't figure it out. But, what are you going to do? Thank y'all for watching. If you like, subscribe. You know the drill. You know drill. I'm the king of the internet. You've been my loyal subjects. And I'll see you sometime soon.